Hey, hey, hey. This is CARLA Michelle, your host of the Strong Network podcast, here on your favorite, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. I want to say hello, 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 and get just right into it. Today, let's talk about what habits can transform your life. And I know you've heard stuff like this many times, but it's always good to have a refresher and to create new habits if you don't have any. And if you do, maybe recharge them, reassess them. Habits that we make, sometimes we can have a habit of waking up in the morning at a certain time and making our bed and exercising and then having a protein shake and sitting down and doing your work or driving to work, and the habit of the road that you take or the freeway, the highway, the habit of how you think for your day. Like today, I'm recording on a Monday morning, and you can have a habit of hating Monday mornings and what that means and what the week holds and what your boss wants from you, or if you work from yourself, the weight of what you need to make happen for your business. Those habits, right? They can always be reassessed. They can always figure out the harmony that you're looking for your life, in your life, and for your life. So this is an episode for you. What habits can transform your life? What habits in your life that, once again, need to be reset? And what habits can you implement? And what habits did you learn? I mean, there's something that can work for you, or if there's something that's not working for you anymore, you need to, let's consider. I want to drop that in you because I can share habits that I consider productive, but I also don't want you to limit yourself by what I say or what I recommend. I want you to think clearly of things that work for you and bring life to you and make you feel good about you and what you're doing, right? So one of the first habits that can transform your life is when you feel you're getting comfortable, get uncomfortable, make some changes. So it's the habit of always making some changes when you feel yourself getting comfortable. Get in that habit, because we can get in the habit of staying in that same mode because it produces. It produces. So why change? The way I wake up in the morning, the way I do work, the way I help people, the way you produce, whatever it is, if it's working, normally you don't want to change it. But I want to inspire you to get uncomfortable. If you've nailed something in your life that works, why not sit down and really rethink it, rehash it? And I don't mean overthink it. I mean, how can you tweak it? What else is there? What can you get out of it? Is it time to, maybe you've got everything out of it and you're just riding on this wave, but you're bored. You're bored. You're very comfortable. You're bored. I think about often how we go for titles and positions, and then when we get them, we're like, this is not what I thought it was. Because many times things look greener on the other side, but it's not always green. There's some greenish to it, but it's always understanding that you can tweak what you want. You can add what you want. You can take away from what you want. You can just think outside the box. You can think deeper in the box. There's so many things that you can change when you're feeling like you're getting comfortable. You can add new friends. It doesn't mean you have to let go of old ones all the time, but you can add to your circle. You can add a different dynamic. You can change your surroundings. You can travel. You can work at different places. You can work from a different cube. You can ask to change your desk or your office. I don't know, but think of where you can change your surroundings. You can change your bedroom around. You can change your living room around. You can change your kitchen cabinets. What's in those drawers? Is something that's always on the left. We'll switch it to the right. Because what happens when we bring change? Our brains need to keep up. And so it's like firing them up again. It's like you got to think where you used to keep your lotion on the left, now it's on the right. If you used to exit the bed on the left, now you're on the right. Or you go to the foot of the bed, or you just try something different to just get your brain and your body excited again, right? You can also get out of being uncomfortable, getting a mentor or mentoring someone else. Finding a mentor, a group that you can get involved in, that you feel alive, or you feel like, okay, this is great. This is helping me. This is encouraging me. Get around some people that bring out things in you. Go to surroundings that bring out that person that you know you are. Eat at the restaurant that makes you feel good. Right? Eat at that restaurant that you imagine. There is a restaurant out here that I have been trying to get to. I even had reservations a couple of weeks ago, and it just didn't work out. But it's like, I'm not giving up, because I'm gonna try this. It's a steakhouse, and it's got like $4 signs, and I'm going because I've heard so much about it. I've heard it so good. So it's not necessarily to make me feel like I'm all this in a bag of chips, but I want some good food and I want some good service, which I heard they had. So those are the kind of things that change it up. Get out of being comfortable, whatever it is. Get out of being comfortable in your exercise regimen. Get out of being comfortable in the way that you speak about yourself. Get out of the comfort zone and get into some changes. Invest differently. Oh, I don't do that. I don't have a 401k, or I don't have, investments. But investments are not just in that type of financial realm. Investment could be in somebody. Investment could be in yourself. Invest at a higher level of what you want from you and how to get there. Invest in, I'm taking tennis lessons. Invest in that. There's singing lessons. There's things, cooking lessons. Invest in something that brings about a change of mind. The second one is, if you want a habit that can transform your life, is watching documentaries. Watching the documentaries of people. Well, documentaries of our people or things or situations that have happened. But I like watching someone's life. And there's a lot on I think I know for sure on Amazon Prime, I watch a lot of documents. And I think in YouTube kind of carries some too. But I don't watch them all the time. But when I do, I am so encouraged. There's also, if on YouTube, it's called CNBC Make It. That's CNBC, like the television channel, CNBC. CNBC Make It. And what they do is they show you people's life and how they've made it and what they've done. And they could be anywhere from 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But what it is you're seeing these startups and how they got the finances and how the mistakes they've made and how they've pulled out too quick. That's another thing. But I also like just to hear people's lives and what their choices they've made and where they came from and how they became from, if you watch Gucci or you watch some of the designers or you watch some of the artists, the singing artists, and their life and how some of their fame just kind of smacked them in their face that they weren't ready for it and what they did to be ready. And some of them were never ready, but yet fame and just kept happening and happening and happening and winning all these awards and sometimes losing and how they share about when they don't win and how they feel about raising a family and they're always traveling. And I watched Pink. Pink has a documentary and hers is the most real. I really love it. But how she just found herself from, I guess I shouldn't say found herself. Because I don't know if she found herself, but and she has in some sense, but I don't want to speak like she found herself. But there's just seeing her growth, having the opportunity and watching someone share about their growth, share about what they've learned, share about how they feel being in the public eye, but just watching and learning and jotting down things like, how do you relate? What did you learn from that person's story? How can you possibly apply some of the tools. How did they act when they wanted to give up, but they didn't? Who did they surround themselves with, or who didn't they surround themselves with? How did they handle their marriage? How did they handle their friends? Okay. It can just go on. I think even Lady Gaga, watching her documentary and just seeing that and just being very aware that just because they're in the limelight, life is not easier. Life has more to it, but I don't think it's necessarily easier. And the things that they have to deal with, and they still have to deal with their mental health. They still have to deal with their emotions. They still have to deal with people's rudeness and not being accepted and not being celebrated. They still have the same issues. Yes, they may have money, but the root of it is still they're human. So watch some documentaries or read a biography. And how do you relate? What can you implement? What can you learn? That's a habit that can transform your life. Another one, I am a big advocate for time with yourself. A habit that can change your life is time with yourself, sitting still or doing things by yourself. And my trips to the museum or just quiet places, the park, swinging on the swing at the park, feeling very odd because, you're grown, but it's something that relaxes you and takes you back and allows you to soar in the wind and feel how high up your view can be. And just that giggly child feeling of there's no cares in the world. I'm just swinging on this swing. But time with yourself. Remove yourself from the sounds of the world. Removing yourself from whatever is haunting you. And really sitting in something that makes you understand why things are haunting you and how to get rid of those ghosts. Because clarity will come. Clarity comes with your time with yourself, and clarity comes with time with people too. But one of the habits that can transform your life is time with yourself. Another one, take calculated risk. Take a calculated risk. When I went back to school, it was a calculated risk. No, I don't like school loans, but I went back to school because one, if you've heard me ever talk, I would dream of myself in a classroom, and now the dreams have stopped because, with a PhD. So, I don't know what's left, and I'm good. I don't need a double. I'm good. But take a calculated risk on yourself. Invest in yourself and invest in someone else. That's a calculated risk that you can think about. How can you invest in someone else? How could you truly take some money and invest in someone's dream, invest in where someone's going? And I will say this, I hope you've invested in yourself first and foremost, but also that you include investing with someone else, a calculated risk in relocating, a calculated risk in taking another job. Is it time? Is it time to move on? Have they promised you? Are they gaslighting you in the promotion area? Are they gaslighting you about how much money you can make? Think about the new job outside of your skill set. That's a habit you can break that can transform your life. Getting another gig outside of something that you're accustomed to. What is this skill that you have not used and you're ready to use? So I would love you to be more afraid of not trying than trying. I would like you to be more afraid of not trying than you are of trying. Many of us are more afraid of trying and more comfortable with not trying. Then I will always ask, are we really comfortable with not trying? Because I think, well, for me, it just rides me if I, it comes back. It may not ride me, but I could put it to the side, not trying something, but it comes up and I was like, okay, I got to do this. And there has to be some value because it keeps coming up. So take a calculated risk. Speaking of that, Bold and Beautiful is coming up July 15th through the 17th. Take the calculated risk and come and be a part of what we're doing from the 15th to the 17th, Bold and Beautiful, where it's like your wellness retreat mixed with your personal chef, with coaching, with getting to know other women, with sharing your story, with working on your boldness, with working on your next level, even if it's in your mind that we've got to work on or in your body. This is the place you want to take a calculated risk and invest in yourself or sponsor someone. And you can always find out more by visiting drcarlainc.com. Scrolling down, you will see all the upcoming events. Or also, what else I want to say? If you follow me on Instagram at Miss Carla Michelle, there's also some information in my bio. But calculated risk, see what works and see what doesn't. Find out how you're going to find out what works. How are you going to find out what doesn't if you do not take calculated risk? You know what I also think a calculated risk is dating. If you're not dating and you're more scared to date, so you just stay at home, get out there, put yourself out there and date as research. I heard someone, I was talking to a guy and I so believe in this when I was out there dating. If you make it more about research and what you want to learn about yourself and the person that and the type of people you're dating, date. That's research. Journal. Find out, what did you learn from that date? What did you like about that person? What did you like about yourself when you showed up? What are you proud of that you did or didn't do that you normally do? Take a calculated risk on getting outside of yourself and dating. Dating. You know, most dates don't just come and knock on your door. If you've never met somebody or told someone else or friends that you're ready to date, I mean, you got to put yourself out there, but calculate the risk, right? And it's not calculating risk like I'm going to go out there and I'm going to protect my heart and I'm not going to let anybody really get to know me. No, just chill. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment and whatever that moment gives, and then move on. And if it keeps giving, we'll keep experiencing that person with that moment. But when you don't, it's okay. You're just working your way through people who don't fit. And you'll call them quicker next time instead of wasting 3 dates or 4 dates on them. Your next one, what habits can transform your life? Make decisions based on how you want the outcome to make you feel. Make decisions based on how you want the outcome to make you feel. Do not make decisions because you see someone else doing it. Make your decision based on what you want from it. Because we can mimic, but we have to understand that we can make the world, our world, what we want it to be, and we don't have to mimic. We can do what they've done, but we can get different results too. So if you're just doing it to say you did it, I don't know if that has much value as much as doing it to get an outcome that makes you feel and aligns with where you're going. Do you want to travel just because people travel? Or do you want to travel because you want to experience and feel how it is to be in someone else's world, experience someone else's culture, someone else's food, someone else's dialect? That's totally different just saying, oh, I want to travel so I can say I traveled. But what is it? And for some who travel, you got to always ask, are you running or are you learning? Some people can travel because they're running from something. But if you're traveling to learn and you base your decisions on how you want the outcome to make you feel. Are you going for that job because it's just about a title and the pay? So you know how you look for jobs and you see what's the salary, but are you looking like what's required first? Does it make you feel good to see what they are requiring from you? That should be your number one, my thoughts. What habits can transform your life? Another one, believe that you can make money outside of working for someone. A habit that can transform your life is having the continued belief that you can make money outside of working for someone. I'm not saying you got to quit your job, but there's also opportunities you can make money outside of working for someone. What gift or skill are you not using at your current place of employment that you can use to make money? That's simple. And that's a habit that can transform your life. I know people, especially if you watch CNBC Make It. Some of their interviews are with people who had a 9 to 5, making great money, and whatever life it has happened, whether they got bored with it, they quit, whether, whatever the story was, they started doing something else. Like this one particular person, she started doing Fiverr, where you can get hired to do tasks. So she started making more money, like writing someone's ebooks or managing their social media. She doubled her salary, basically, her monthly income. And then now she's tired of doing that, and she wants to step in a more educational role of educating people. So she believed that she can make money outside of working for someone, because now even with Fiverr, she still kind of, shares the profit and all, but now she wants to do something for herself. So believe that you can make money outside of working for someone in whatever level that you are working for someone. Another habit that can transform your life is preparing yourself emotionally for where you are going. That is a habit that can transform your life. Prepare yourself emotionally for where you are going. Yes, that does mean a coach. Yes, that does mean a therapist. Yes, that does mean self-care. Yes, that does mean getting involved in some type of group setting that are on the same mindset. Prepare yourself emotionally for where you are going. I am such a stickler with my clients of building a foundation. What is the foundation? And that is the mental, physical, emotional. That is, if you make tomorrow, you have a windfall of all of this money that you imagine making. Are you emotionally, mentally, physically ready for what that means? Because it will change your life. It will take you places and put you in atmospheres of where you want to, where you might not want to be. How do you handle it? How do you handle family and friends and change? How do you handle it? So make sure you're emotionally ready. Have the habit of getting yourself emotionally ready for in each level that you're achieving. Don't overlook that part, because sometimes we're so focused on I'm ready to be a CEO, but emotionally, are you ready for what a CEO position brings? Are you ready from working for yourself brings? Are you ready for what being a parent brings? Are you ready? So emotionally get yourself ready for where you are going and where you see yourself. And my last habit of what can transform your life is accept where you are. That's such a good habit to have. I know I just gave you a whole list that takes you to other directions and other levels, but the biggest one is accept where you are without judgment, without disappointment, without depression. Accept where you are. Accept where you are. And accepting doesn't mean like, oh, you're always going to be here in this position, but it's accepting that you're in this position for a reason, for this time, and accept that. Don't be frustrated. Don't be sad. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Even under your breath. Stop complaining about your job. Stop complaining about your boss. Stop complaining about your partners. Stop complaining. Accept where you are and accept that you made the decision to be where you are. Because if you want to be somewhere else, you can be. So accept where you are. Accept your wins where you are. Accept them. Accept your losses where you are. But just accept where you are. I'm going to leave you with that. So you got it? You want me to go over it again? All right, real quick. When you feel yourself getting comfortable, it's time to make some changes. Watch a documentary, read a biography, time with yourself, take a calculated risk, make decisions based on how you want the outcome to make you feel. Believe that you can make money outside of working for someone. Prepare yourself emotionally for where you are going and accept where you are. That is the habits that can transform your life. Thank you for listening. I hope I see you at one of my events. Don't forget, April 24th, I have Mind Reset Boot Camp, and that is on the spot coaching for you. It's $97. You get your spot. I can't wait to have you and see you somewhere so I can see your face, especially because, on podcasts, I don't get to see faces. So I would love for you to send me an email at hello@drcarlainc.com to say hi and say, hey, here's a picture of my face. I would love I would love to see it. All right. Take care of yourself. Transform yourself. Your life is in your hands. Have the best life possible. And I know life is not easy, but what is, huh? So get some habits that help you be you and help you make you feel the way you know you want to feel. I love you. I believe in you. Stay strong. Remember, you have all the strategy and the talent, resilience, optimism. You are so necessary. And with that, go global. This is Carla Michelle signing out until next time. Have a good one.